Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Glad to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
Let me throw out two issues, if I may. One is one that I've been dealing with your predecessors, frankly, for quite a long time. And unfortunately, the IRS has not always acted in good faith, actually at one time admitting to me in front of a number of people that they had been instructed to not tell me the truth. In other words, to mislead members of Congress. The issue pertains to a specific IRS.
I'm not aware of that situation.
I know.
It'll never be my circumstance. I can assure you of that.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I was pleased that they at least admitted to me that they were that the person said I was not authorized to tell you the truth, which I thought was a sad day. But you better believe that that's something that I hope will never happen again. It pertains to an IRS specific ruling. It's a technical advice memorandum, or a TAM, that all of the outside experts say calls into question 70 years of settled law on the definition of political subdivisions, which is, there's many of them around the country, including in Florida. This TAM effectively makes changes, makes a change to the law, and it's retroactive. So obviously this is not something the IRS should be doing in an audit. If it wants to change the law, it should either come to Congress or at very least proposed regulations to make the changes prospective. It's calling into question millions of dollars of tax-exempt bonds already in the hands of investors, not only by the way of this individual group, this entity that's affected by, but also many, many others around the country, to the point where economic development projects in Florida and other states have been halted as a result of this TAM. And there's those who have gone forward are having to pay higher interest rates because of the vagueness of this TAM. So, Commissioner, I've been trying to deal with this with your predecessors. And we have been misinformed. The chairman is very aware of this. I just not need your commitment that you're going to look at this in a serious way to make sure that the IRS is not doing things in a way that, and retroactively in a way that's in essence changing 70 years of state law through a TAM.
I will be pleased to look into that and get back to you.
And I don't expect you to have the details right now. We'll get back to you. And but I do expect to get together with you and let's try to solve that.
That's fine. I'm delighted to talk with you about that further.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The other issue is, let me switch gears. It's the IRS's plans or no plans to move forward with the real-time tax system. This subcommittee has placed report language in our annual appropriations bills, by the way, since 2009, prohibiting the IRS from using any funds on a simple tax return pilot program associated with without seeking specific authorization or appropriations from Congress. That language has been there. February 2013, I sent a letter to Acting Commissioner Miller then, requesting that he confirm in writing that the IRS expenditures to convert to a real-time tax system had ceased. The Commissioner wrote back saying that, quote, the IRS is not in the process of implementing a conversion to a real tax system. Unfortunately, later I learned that there has been money spent on that and that there have been plans underway. I tried to find out how much it was. I asked the IRS how much funding had been spent on a total real tax system. The response was that there was a contract for approximately $3.54 million to explore a system, sir, that Congress has specifically said it can't do, and the IRS had told us that they weren't going to do. Later I hear from other committees, the House Government Reform Oversight Committee has recovered additional documents from the IRS that shows that the amount spent by the IRS on the real tax time system could be as much as $30 million. I can't confirm that. So two final questions. Are you aware of any further exploration and implementation by the IRS of any data collection system related to the real-time tax system? Number one. And again, because that language in the appropriations bill since 2009 seems to have been absolutely systematically ignored. And will you pledge to adhere to the report language in the current FY14 omnibus? And again, what I'm asking is also 100% transparency to this subcommittee, to members of the subcommittee, on the other issue, but also on the real tax system.
Yes, no, I'm happy to commit that we will follow, and we will follow all of the instructions, whether you give them to us personally or in legislation, because I think that's important for us to be able to do.
Thank you, Commissioner.
With regard to the real-time tax system,
sure.
Part of the problem is that all sorts of different systems have been called real-time tax. The thing that has been the focus of a lot of external studies is the idea of could we pre-populate a return form, get information in pre-populated so you could look at it and then you could make decisions, or the IRS could even file your return for you. And that's what a lot of people have talked about as being the real-time tax system.
Correct.
We're not doing anything with that. It would take a long time to be able to do that. We do have work going on to try to figure out how to get better third-party information into our system earlier, so as we actually match up tax returns for identity theft or are engaged in audits, we'll have more data available in a more timely manner. Right now, we don't get the Social Security, the W-2 forms from Social Security or the 1099 forms until late in the spring, which doesn't do us much good as everybody's filing in January or February. So some people internally have called that a real-time tax system, but it has nothing to do with the program that you're talking about, and we have no program going forward that I know of, and certainly we don't intend to do anything like that without talking to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I look forward to working with the Commissioner on these two areas, also on identity theft and other issues.
Good.
Thank you, sir.